Hello and welcome to Doubles and Trebles. The Newmarket Guineas meeting gets underway this Friday with 4 races on ITV4. I've got a bet in 3 of them and a quick look at the other one that I'm not betting in. Firstly, we're in the 115 at Newmarket. For 3-year-olds, this one, listed race over 10 furlongs. A possible Derby trial or horses on the road to the potentially going to the Derby, but outsiders at this stage will really need to win this with authority to stake their claim for Epsom in a month or so's time. But anyway, Castleway is the horse that I'm putting up in this race, 9-2. Finished last season in good style, winning, as you can see there, a Newmarket handicap there by 3 lengths. This Salt Bay, I'm not 100% sure about him. He's 3-1 market leader there. He is a Derby contender as we speak, finishing a good third in a Group 1 in France towards the back end of last season, but I don't think that's great form. That it was on heavy ground, and I just think this Castleway has got improver written all over him. To be honest, Charlie Appleby in a stable tour, he's on record saying that Castleway has come forward mentally and physically over the winter. And as you can see there, the other Godolphin horse, Victory Dance, is rated £6 higher than Castleway. He was running in Group 3 events and listed events towards the back end of last season, whereas Castleway was in handicaps. But as you can see, William Buick, the jockey who normally rides the number 1 horse from Godolphin, is on Castleway, and James Doyle is on Victory Dance. So I think that's a clue in itself. And I do think Castleway is an improver and hopefully can go and improve and win this race at 9-2. Onto the 150. This is a no bet race for me, but it's a good race. A race that's been transferred from Sandown last week. All the horses that were in at Sandown last Friday are still in, with the positive addition of Native Trail, who tops the market at 5-4. And he had a really good season, didn't he, last year, Native Trail? Less than a length second in the Guineas, which he was favourite for just over a year ago. Won the Irish Guineas. Then he was a very good third at Sandown in the Eclipse, and then not so good fifth at York in the Juddmonte. He doesn't get 10 furlongs truly, and he's dropped back down to a mile here. Comes back for another go. Didn't necessarily have to come back as a 4-year-old, given that he is a stallion prospect in himself, a classic winner. Bear in mind that Godolphin lost the other classic winner last year, Caribus. He unfortunately was fatally injured last year. So Native Trail could have gone to the breeding sheds. He's not. He's back here. He's had a wind operation. A mile is his trip. But is he going to be tuned up and ready to go for this Group 2? I'm not sure. He's not going to be fully tuned up. Light Infantry had a productive season last year, somewhat under the radar. Couple of eye-catching performances in France, as you can see there on screen. And then you're a bit further down to Check and Challenge, who was a horse I followed last year, didn't quite get his head in front many times. And Muta Sarbek, who carries a penalty in this, just at the bottom of the screen there, the 5-year-old in this field, won first time out last year. He's got a good record fresh. Tempting by Mutsabek, because he did have a course and distance win on his final start last season. So he is of interest, Mutsabek, but I think I'm going to dodge him for this race. It is a decent race, really, and it's just a case of, is Native Trail going to be fit and ready to go? If he is certainly the one to beat. But keep an eye on Mutsabek there. No bet in the 225. 150. Looking at the 225, there is a bet in here, and it's Iconic Moment. Majestic Pride heads the market 9-4 for Godolphin again. I just think that first day, particularly of the Craven meeting, all 3 days it was windy, but that first day at the Craven meeting on the 18th of April, it was soft ground and there was a strong side wind that really didn't lend itself well to front runners. I think it popped up some strange results at that Newmarket Craven meeting. So I'm taking that form with a pinch of salt. Should have been a ring. Won't get 7 furlongs in my opinion. He was more of a 2-year-old and a 6-furlong horse. So that leads me to Iconic Moment, who's 5-1 in the market currently. Ryan Moore teaming up with James Tate. They've got a record of their 31% win record when Mr. Moore teams up with Mr. Tate. I think that's a really eye-catching jockey booking. He ran in this Chelmsford race when we last saw him on the 1st of April. He could have got closer really on another day. He was denied a clear run. Let's be honest, he might not have won. Bold Act won that day, but he went off favourite for that 5-2, and probably should have been closer than the 4th that he was. Before that, he won a good race at Lingfield, beating a stablemate New Definition, as you can see there. So I think there's some mileage in this Iconic Moment. He's going to be fit, ready to go, and I think this is the type of level that he should be operating at. So I'll be back in Iconic Moment there at around 5-1. On to the 3 o'clock at Newmarket on Friday. This looked an average race, to be honest. It is a Class 2 handicap, to be fair. I know he's favourite. He's at the top there, final watch, but I think he will win 9-2 in the market there. It was a decent enough fourth at that Craven meeting on that Tuesday that I was talking about. I thought he ran really well, but the key there was he was slowly away, and that didn't help. There was a couple of horses that week actually at the Craven meeting that were slowly away, and it was a bit of a benefit to him. But yeah, I think he'll appreciate the better ground that we're going to get. He ran at that Doncaster meeting the first at the back end of last year, heavy ground. Didn't like that. And this final watch, I think, has got a decent enough record at Newmarket to be tempting you in at 9-2 there. His record at Newmarket on the Rolling Mile is 1-1 and was that fourth when we saw him a couple of weeks ago. A decent effort, I thought. He gets to go off here off £1 lower than that race in mid-April. So yeah, I think final watch is a decent prospect in there. The gatekeeper. It's just a bit of a muchness. Darkness is in there. He's unreliable nowadays. Accidental Agent is not even on this page, but he's a 9-year-old and yeah, pretty unreliable at this stage. So I do think that there's some unreliable horses in here, and I think that Final Watch, although he is 5 now, he's still got something extra to give on what will only be, he's not massively exposed. I think this is his course. I think this is his trip, and the drying ground will help him. So yeah, 9-2 for Final Watch there. And we'll be back with hopefully previewing the Saturday card, which obviously includes the 2,000 guineas, and then Sunday as well at Newmarket. So plenty going on at the moment. Thanks for tuning in, and the bets will be in the description as always. Just the 3 win bets there, not each way. Win bets will be in the description. 1 point win on each of them. Thank you.